Although there may be more fish in the sea, it's only Miranda for me. I never would catch a better love match. It's only Miranda for me. Though it may seem to you she's too good to be true, but on weighing the scale she's no fisherman's tale. Just give her a look and you're on the hook, and you'll never want to be free. I know, 'cause Miranda got me. Miranda, Miranda for me.
Doctor says the coffee's no good.
I made it the same as I always do.
Should be all right then. Things are a bit strained in there this evening.
What's it about this time?
Oh, the holiday. He wants to go to Cornwall and she doesn't.
But, darling, you're very fond of fish.
I may be, but I'm not fond of catching them.
Well, there's no need for you to fish. You can just sit in the boat.
Exactly. I can just sit in the boat. I've been doing that for the past 5 years. I'm sick and tired of sitting in a boat.
If you feel like that about it, I'd better go on my own.
Very well.
Huh? I think perhaps a holiday apart might be a very good thing for both of us.
In other words, you're off in search of a little adventure all on your own.
Well, if I were off in search of that sort of adventure, I shouldn't go to Cornwall.
Oh, you never know what you might find down there if you tried.
But, darling, just because I want to go fishing and you don't.
I'm perfectly content to stay at home.
Very well. Then I will have a bachelor holiday. I think I might rather enjoy a bit of fishing. Alone.
Suppose you think you're seeing things.
Yes, nurse.
Nurse?
You are a nurse, aren't you?
Do I look like a nurse?
No. Oh. I must have hit my head as I went down.
I wish you wouldn't stare.
You're certainly not a nurse. Who are you?
Miranda.
Miranda. Where am I?
You're in my cave. I brought you here. You fell out of your boat.
Fell? I was pulled.
You're a rotten swimmer.
I may be a bit lightheaded, but to me you seem to have a...
Tail?
Yeah.
I have. I'm a mermaid.
That Dr. Martin's late. Ah, is that the adventure out all day, any George? Chief going out to look for him?
No. He knows what he's doing of.
I love tall men. The last two I caught were so short I had to throw them back again.
How do I get out of here?
That's the only way.
Oh, that? I could never do it.
You could if I helped you. But I'm not going to.
Why not?
Because I'm lonely.
Oh, but you wouldn't dream of keeping me here. Why, I'm a respectable married man.
Oh, so you've got a wife?
Yes.
Well, there are plenty of men on land. She'll soon find another one.
What do you mean?
I'm thinking of keeping you here for myself.
Oh, you couldn't do that.
Oh, couldn't I? There's a dreadful shortage of men below sea.
But I couldn't live here.
That's what they all think at first.
Do you mean to tell me that other men have lived here?
Several. But not with me. You're my first adventure.
Where'd you get all these?
I picked them up mostly from ships.
So you can read.
Of course. I suppose you don't know what happened to Amber in chapter 18.
Same as in chapter 17, only twice. Oh, I'm beginning to feel hungry. Haven't got any food here, I suppose.
There you are.
That? No, thank you.
Don't you eat fish?
Yes, but not raw. And certainly not alive.
How funny you are.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm so happy.
Are you, Miranda?
I love the way you say Miranda. Say it again.
Miranda. Miranda. Miranda.
You have the most beautiful knees. What does it feel like to have two legs?
Oh, I find them quite useful.
What would my sisters say if they could see me now?
Yes, and what would my wife say if she could see me?
Is she as pretty as I am, Paul?
Oh, she's quite attractive.
Then why did you leave her?
I haven't. I'm having a week's holiday, that's all.
Oh, are you? But I'm going to keep you here. Unless...
Unless what?
You take me on land with you.
On land? You?
Yes, why not? I've always wanted to go, and this is my chance. You're a doctor. You can take me as your invalid patient.
But...
Oh, my tail. You can wrap it up. You'll have to buy me some clothes. Some wonderful ones. Where does your wife get hers?
Manel.
Oh, yes. I've seen some of his in Vogue. They'll have to be specially long. What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
I want to see all the sights. I want to go to Buckingham Palace and Billingsgate Market. But most of all, I want to go to the opera.
It's out of the question. What will people say? I mean, how would I get you out of here? Miranda, what would you eat? Where would you sleep? Miranda, please, Miranda! Miranda. Oh, all right.
wish to speak to Monsieur Manel personally. Whom shall I tell him? Oh, yes, Dr. Martin. Long distance for you, monsieur. Dr. Paul Martin from Cornwall.
Oh, how tiresome. Manel here. Dr. Martin, how charming of you.
Yes. Well, I'm ringing from the Anchor Hotel, Pendar. Pendar. Yes, I want 3 evening dresses, 2 day dresses, and, what you call it, a traveling coat. I want you to make them a foot longer than usual and send them to me here.
To Cornwall? But, Dr. Martin, without a fitting, it's most irregular. Dresses, so very long for Madame. Drag on the floor. Very well, Dr. Martin, as a very special favor to you. They'll have to be from stock, of course. Oh, yes, but any little alterations that Madame should require. Yes, yes, they should be sent off today or tomorrow at the latest. The colors you leave to me. Well, I've one very chic dress of sea green taffeta.
Claire, where are you?
Isabel, what's all this about?
A surprise, look. Isn't it wonderful?
Oh, darling, it's lovely. I'm so glad, both for you and Nigel.
You're sweet. I simply had to come and tell you on my way out. Oh, any news of Paul?
Yes, there is. Considerable news.
What do you mean?
My dear, he's bringing a patient back with him from Cornwall to live here for 3 weeks.
What, here, in this flat, with you? But Claire, who is it?
Oh, I don't know. Some old dear he met in Pendar. She can't walk.
Oh, darling, she'll never stop ringing for bottles.
I know. They're coming tonight.
Well, I suppose husbands on holiday could get into worse mischief.
Well, that's one thing I never have to worry about.
Now we should be quite safe.
What would they do if they found out about me?
Oh, I don't know. Probably put you in a peep show, I suppose.
Oh, how disgusting.
I remember I did see a mermaid once in a glass case in Port Said. A pickled one.
Oh, that must have been poor Aunt Augusta.
Yeah, she wasn't in the least like you.
Oh, she was very old.
And very pickled.
This all looks very nice, Betty.
Thank you. Will the old lady be dining with you or here in her room tonight, madam?
Oh, in here, I expect. She's sure to be feeling tired after her journey. I'm sorry about all this extra work.
Oh, I shall manage.
When is Charles going to meet the train?
I think he's just leaving.
Martin?
Yep.
Couple of cases. Sign here, number 11.
Well, where are they? Yes, well.
Here, son. Yeah, Martin, 2 cases, number 11, sign here.
Whatever's all this?
A barrel of oysters from Cornwall.
What's in this one? Fish.
Miss Treewella, care of Martin.
Truella? That must be the old lady's name.
Yes, I don't mind telling you I'm against the whole thing, turning the place upside down. Billingsgate.
Yes?
May I have a word with you, please, madam?
Yes, Charles.
This old lady that's coming to stay, madam, I hope I shan't be expected to wheel her out in a bath chair.
Oh,
No, madam.
very well, Charles. I'll speak to the doctor about it.
Very good, madam.
Is this really London?
Yes.
But it looks so dirty.
I know. It is a bit, isn't it? Look, Miranda, I think I'd better go on first and have a talk with Claire.
What'll I do?
My car will be here. Charles will drive you round for a bit while I go on by taxi.
Charles?
Yes, he's my chauffeur.
Oh.
evening, Betty.
Good evening, sir. Had a nice holiday?
Huh? Oh, yes. Yes, I did, thank you. Darling.
Oh.
My sweet.
Oh, you look wonderfully well. Have you had a good time?
Magnificent.
Did you catch any big ones?
Rather. One whopper.
How big?
Big?
Well, now that's over, suppose you start explaining.
Did you get my letter?
I did. Where is Miss,
Truella, dear. I came on by taxi and left her with Charles. He's bringing her by a roundabout route. She wanted to see Buckingham Palace.
Good heavens.
You don't really mind my bringing her here, do you, Claire?
I suppose not.
She's by no means a straightforward case.
What actually is the matter with her?
Well, I told you, dear, she couldn't walk. Her main trouble is a mental one.
Don't tell me she's a little dotty.
Far from it. But you'll have to help me, Claire.
How?
Well, to begin with, the poor child.
Child? How old is she, Paul?
Oh, quite young. Could be any age, really.
Yes. I've been picturing someone rather old.
Oh, had you, dear? Why?
Oh, I don't know. Bath chairs, association of ideas, I suppose. You were saying the poor child?
Hmm? Oh, yes. Yes, she's met very few people. In fact, she's had hardly any social life at all.
I see. That explains Buckingham Palace. She believes they're starting at the top.
Buckingham Palace, miss.
Oh, stop, Charles. Please stop. Look at that beautiful man. Over there by the box. Does he live here?
Him? No, miss. Just works here.
You've got a nicer uniform, though. Charles, are you married?
No, miss. Just walking out.
Walking out of what? Isn't she very pretty?
Well, you'll see for yourself, miss. She's Betty. She works at the flat.
Do you live at the flat, too?
Yes, miss.
Oh, I shall like that.
I had to get her away from Cornwall. She needs to be taken out of herself. That combined with a very special diet.
Should put her on her feet again.
Oh, I'm afraid we can't quite hope for that.
Darling, her diet isn't going to be too difficult for Betty to cope with, is it?
No, quite simple. Light, you know. No meat, but fish. Plenty of fish.
Paul, why couldn't she have gone to a nursing home?
Oh, that wouldn't suit Miranda's case at all.
Miranda?
Yes. Pretty name, isn't it?
Do you call her Miranda?
Yes.
She doesn't call you Paul by any chance.
As a matter of fact, she does.
Really?
Oh, darling, it's business, you know.
Well, there's one thing I absolutely insist on. You've got to get a nurse for her.
A nurse? Yes. I'll ring Nurse Carey. That's a very good idea.
Carey? I thought that was the one you were never going to use again.
Hello? Oh, Nurse Carey's a bit eccentric, that's all. It might be a good thing in this case.
I give up.
Nurse Carey? Dr. Martin. Very well. And you? Good. Nurse, are you on a case just now?
No, I'm not on a case just now, Doctor. I see. I beg your pardon. The birds twittering so loudly. Birds. Yes, I can call round and see you tonight.
Yes, nurse. You'll live here, of course. Oh, it'll be for 4 weeks.
4 weeks? I thought you said 3.
Darling, please. Oh, darling. No, nurse, that was Mrs.
I beg your pardon. Tonight, yes. Oh, no, I can be round in 2 twos. I was just having a quiet... I said I was just having a quiet evening at home.
Am I heavy?
No, miss. Quite the upside.
You're so strong, Charles.
I keep fit, miss.
You've got such muscles.
I do a bit of rowing. I suppose that's it.
Doesn't that give you a funny feeling?
Yes, miss.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening, miss.
Tell the doctor that I'll take Miss Miranda to the bedroom, will you?
Are we going to your bedroom now, Charles?
Well.
Have you got to put me down?
No, miss.
I've told you not to call me miss when we're alone.
Force of habit.
Got such nice ears.
Have I?
Yes, nice and big.
My father always told me I looked like a spaniel.
That's because you look so sad.
But it is sad. That you can't walk.
I don't feel in the least sad.
I believe you like being carried.
I do. I do. Very much.
Charles, you can put Miss Trella down now. Thank you.
Well, nice way to behave. Old lady, indeed. Not that you weren't enjoying yourself.
You know, it's a funny thing, but she's got such a cold, well, when you carry her.
Claire, this is Miss Truella.
Miranda, how do you do?
How do you do?
You're very beautiful, aren't you? Paul said you were just nice looking.
Did he now?
Well,
You must be feeling tired after your journey.
Oh, no, I'm far too excited to be tired.
you're going to bed as soon as Nurse Carey gets here.
No, I'm not. I feel wonderful.
You're going to bed. I'm your doctor.
No.
Thank you. Dr. Martin.
Is he expecting you, madam?
Yes, I'm Nurse Carey.
Oh. Would you mind waiting in the study, please?
Certainly.
Well, I think it's most unfair. I've always wanted to come to London. Does that taste of anything?
Would you like to try?
No, I don't like fire so near my face.
Well, will it worry you if I do?
Not at all. Do you always have to cook it, or can you eat it raw?
Excuse me, sir. There's a Nurse Carey to see you. She's in the study, sir.
Oh, yes, yes, I'd better see her right away. Excuse me, will you?
I love Charles, don't you?
Now you've embarrassed him.
Did a box of fish arrive?
Yes, sir. Addressed to Miss Truella.
Ah, then take it into Miss Trella's bathroom, will you?
The box of fish, sir?
Open it first, of course.
Of course, sir. Of course?
Have you any family in Cornwall, Miranda?
Oh, yes, there are dozens of us.
Dozens?
Yes, some of them are rather nice. But I've got one sister that I can't bear. Fortunately, she lives in the South Pacific, so I don't have to see her very often.
No, I suppose not.
We used to sing good duets, though. I have rather a nice voice, you know.
You know a lot about music.
No, practically nothing. But I'd give anything to go to the opera.
Well, if Paul says you can, we might make up a party and go. Tomorrow, perhaps.
How wonderful. Then I can see all the people, and they can see me, and no one will suspect.
Suspect what?
That I can't walk.
You see, Nurse Carey, this is a rather peculiar case.
As I thought it might be, seeing that it's so long since I had the pleasure of a case from you. I'm supposed to be eccentric. Isn't that the word? How peculiar is this case, Doctor?
Well, to start with, it must be treated with the utmost secrecy.
A woman?
Yes, nurse, a young woman.
No. And how ill is this patient?
Well, in a manner of speaking, she isn't actually ill at all.
Oh, isn't she? I see. Good night.
Oh, no, 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 nurse, it isn't that at all. Please, nurse, please, you must believe me. I'm trusting you absolutely, nurse.
Very well. I don't want to know anything you don't want to tell me, I'm sure. You want a bath chair, the patient's very peculiar, no talking, and I'm to be here at 10 o'clock. Good day, Dr. Martin.
Oh, let me see you to the door, nurse.
Hello? Oh, Isabel. No. No, I don't think you'd better tonight. What? Very different from what I expected. I'll tell you tomorrow. Yes, darling. Is Nigel with you? Give him my love. Oh, he's wonderfully well. Fishing always agrees with him. Yes, he's caught quite a lot. In fact, the whole flat's full of fish. Darling, I've got to go now. Goodbye. Are you all right?
Well, I'm all right now. But I think smoking's horrible.
How extraordinarily cold you are.
Am I?
Yes.
terribly cold.
Who is Isabel?
She lives in the flat above. She runs a hat shop.
Oh, I've never worn a hat. And Nigel?
Her fiancé. He's a painter.
Is he handsome?
Isabel thinks so.
Do you?
I just think poorly.
So do I.
Excuse me, darling, do you mind? Now, Miranda, you can say goodnight. Bed.
Won't Claire mind? If I said the wrong thing? You're so strong, Charles. You have such muscles. I love your ears. Nice and big. Do you think Claire likes me?
I'll find out.
What about the nurse, Paul?
Oh, I picked one who won't say anything. No, you can't undress here.
Why not?
Oh, well, never mind.
Very odd. Aren't you going to stay?
No, Miranda.
Say Miranda again.
Miranda.
Lovely.
Good night.
Better hurry, darling. That nurse of yours will be here any minute.
No. Thank you, darling.
Miranda sleep well?
Well, apparently. She's very lively this morning, anyway.
And are we all going to the opera tonight?
Opera?
Oh, yes, she's simply dying to.
Oh, I don't think it's a very good idea.
Oh, I do.
You do?
Yes, after all, you've always said she needs taking out of herself. We could borrow Mark's box at Covent Garden. He's away.
Yes, we could do that.
Have a look and see what they're doing tonight. I can drop in at Isabel's and ask her to come, too. She can bring Nigel.
Tonight, Rheingold.
Oh, dear, I hate all those dreary mermaids.
Do you? Oh, do you, dear?
Oh, that must be Nurse Carey.
Oh, yes, I'd better see Miranda. Tell Charles to bring the nurse to Miranda's room, will you? Oh, Miranda.
Well, where are they then?
I don't know.
Shan't be long, nurse. Miranda, you mustn't do that.
What room is that?
That's the bathroom. Oh, and it's full of fish.
Fish?
Please, Miranda. Oh, no, let it go,
Oh, good morning, nurse. I was just preparing the patient.
That's what it sounded like.
Yes, well, perhaps you'd like to see for yourself.
Yes.
Oh, nurse, I must tell you, Miss Truella sleeps in her bath.
Oh?
Yes, in a bath full of cold water.
Well, everyone to their taste, I suppose.
Miranda, this is Nurse Carey.
Hello, nurse. Have an oyster.
Oh, the pretty thing. It's a mermaid. I've always believed in them. Oh, Doctor, this is delightful. Now, dear, hurry up and finish your breakfast.
Hello, darling. Claire. Well, come on, tell me all about it.
Well, there's plenty to tell you, I can assure you. The old lady has turned out to be very young and very pretty.
Darling, there's more to Paul than I thought.
Yes. Her name's Miranda Truella. And if you ask me, she's got Paul by the ears.
Darling, I can't wait to see it.
Well, you can see it tonight. We're taking her to the opera, and Paul and I thought perhaps you and Nigel would like to come too.
I think we'd love to. What's on?
Rheingold.
Well, I'm not mad about opera myself, but Nigel is. I'm going to watch Miranda working on your Paul.
Well, you won't be the only one watching, believe me.
What? Raw fish sandwiches. Doctor's orders. You know who. The one you're so taken up with. Miss Truella.
That looks very nice, Betty.
These are the special ones for Miss Truella, madam.
Thank you.
Madam, about that matter of the bath chair.
Oh, yes, Charles, I've spoken to the doctor about it. It's all right. You needn't wheel it out.
Well, I've changed my mind, madam.
Have you?
I shall be very pleased to wheel the young lady out, madam. Now that I've seen her, well, I feel,
You feel what, Charles?
sorry for her, madam.
I'll tell her, Charles.
I wish you would, madam.
My great-grandmother visited Land when she was a girl. She sang at Center Church.
Now mind that thermometer.
She was rather naughty, though. There was a choir boy called Matthew Truella.
I see.
What does it say?
Nicely below normal.
Are you married, Nurse Carey?
My husband died 10 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was very glad.
Oh?
Men are fickle creatures.
Oh, I love them.
Excuse me, Miss Miranda, but don't you find your tale rather a handicap with the gentleman?
Oh, no. It provides what you might call an element of surprise.
I shouldn't wonder. There are the others.
Miss Lambert and Mr. Hood, please, madam.
Claire.
Hello, darling. Nigel, this is the first chance I've had to congratulate you.
Thank you. Hello, Nigel. Come and get a drink.
Fine.
Where is she?
Oh, darling, she won't be a moment. She's got to be dressed.
Oh, Nigel ought to be dressed, too.
Oh, it suits him to be untidy.
Well, it doesn't suit me. Just look at their tie.
All right.
Yes. Very nice.
Cheers.
Good luck. Tell me, Paul, what's this about your new patient? Sounds very interesting.
What does?
This psychological cure you're doing. Isabel told me about it.
Darling, can I get
Well,
you
she
a
was
drink?
rather flippant. She very often is, you know.
What did you say?
She said the treatment was all fish and faith. Excuse me.
Oh, dear, you must have got hold of one of Miranda's specials.
That's the fish part of the cure, Nigel.
I won't believe a word you say.
Charles, I'll take her.
Oh, I can manage, sir.
I'll take her, Charles.
Well, I can manage, sir.
Miranda, this is Isabel.
You the one that sells hats.
Yes, how do you do?
And is this Nigel, your boyfriend?
Yes, he sells paintings.
How do you do?
He's beautiful.
Are you allowed to drink, Miranda?
A glass of salt water, please.
A what?
A glass of salt water.
I say, that's a funny thing to drink.
Doctor's orders.
Well, I'd better ring for Charles.
She's wearing the most beautiful dress I've ever seen.
That's nice.
Of course, you'd have to be somebody like her to get away with it, though.
If you're like her, you can get away with anything, it seems to me.
What?
Aren't you ever going to answer that bell? Or do you want me to carry you in, Charles, darling?
How about a sandwich?
Thank you. What's the matter?
You really like that?
It's lovely. Why?
Oh, nothing, no.
You rang, sir?
Charles. Bring Miss Trell a glass of salt water.
Yes.
Salt water, sir?
About a heat dessertspoonful.
Some African natives eat
Very
it
good,
by
sir.
the handful.
That's very interesting. If I get a mouthful of salt water when I'm bathing, I'm practically sick on the spot.
Do you like the sea?
I love it.
So do I.
Well, I must say she has the most repellent manners.
Well, they don't seem to repel everyone, apparently.
She's got some nice clothes, too.
Yes, I've been noticing them.
Salt water, sir.
Thank you, Charles. You can go and get the car now.
Yes, sir.
Try some of this cocktail.
Oh, horrid.
Your salt water, Miranda.
Lovely.
I'll get you a drink, Nigel.
Is the drink all right, darling? Do have another sandwich.
Oh, Isabel, could I be a customer of yours?
Why, yes, I suppose, sir.
I'd love to have a hat like that. I don't wear one as a rule.
You look as though you always shopped in Paris.
Oh, it's surprising what you can find in Cornwall if you try.
You're not going to tell me that that dress came off the peg in Pendower stores.
This dress? Well, no. I ran it up myself.
I say, that's very clever of you, Miranda. I wish Isabel could do something like that.
Yes, well, I think we should be getting along. Are we all set?
Why, yes, Paul. I think that would be a good idea. Come along, darling.
Well, I'll carry you down, Miranda.
No, that's all right. You probably drop her.
No, don't be absurd. I won't drop her.
I know exactly how to lift her.
Now, look here.
Excuse me, sir.
Why, Charles, how nice of you.
Well, she's certainly a man's woman.
You know, there's something about that dress.
It came from Manel, of course.
Yes. I must pay Manel a visit tomorrow.
She's incredibly pretty.
She's pretty incredible.
Nurse?
Yes?
Have a sandwich, nurse. They've got to be eaten up.
Oh, thank you. I do feel rather peckish.
Miss Truella's very different from what we were expecting.
I'm sure she is.
What's her trouble?
Paraplegia, perhaps. Or maybe poliomyelitis.
Sounds awful.
It's an extraordinary case.
Do you think the doctor can cure her?
I wouldn't dare venture an opinion.
She's very pretty.
Enchanting.
Have another sandwich, nurse.
Oh, thanks. I enjoy my food.
Are you really enjoying it, Miranda?
Oh, yes, Paul.
I'm frightfully hot. I can't wait for a drink.
Me too.
What about you, Miranda?
Please.
Nigel, I wonder if you mind going...
Oh, no, you go and have a drink. I'll wait here with Miranda.
But,
Come along, darling.
all right. I'll bring you something back, Miranda.
Nigel? I think you're very nice.
Oh, you don't know me very well.
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, how could you after such a short time?
Knowing some people is a matter of instinct. How long have you and Isabel been engaged?
Exactly 3 days. Well, it's taken me 3 years to talk her into it.
How could she resist you? There's something about your face that makes me want to cry.
Oh, yes, I often feel that way about it myself.
Such nice hands. I'd have known you were an artist. Would you paint me?
Oh, yes, I'd like to. I'd like to very much.
Oh, would you?
Yes, only, would you mind not mentioning it to Isabel?
Oh, of course. It'll be a secret between you and me.
Yeah.
What is it, dear? Cockles. Oh, no, you can't.
Oh, yes,
No.
excuse me.
Come on, miss. Here, make way for the young lady.
Thank you.
Yes, Ricky?
2 pints, please.
2 pints. Were you going to have a party?
No, just a snack.
Oh, you're a girl after my own heart.
Darling, you can't do
There you
Oh,
are.
no. I've never touched a cockle in my life.
Why not?
I couldn't. If you ask me, I don't think they're respectable. I know winkles are.
Here.
Stop. You must stop. Come, miss. Let her have her fling. She likes the cockles, same as me.
Quite right. More, please.
Yes, give us some more.
I'd like to stand you cockles all round.
Come on here. Come for you.
Have some vinegar.
I don't think the doctor would approve of this at all.
There's no harm in me having my portrait painted.
I don't know. When I was 16, I sat for a sculptor. Only I wasn't exactly sitting.
He thinks we've gone to the museum.
Precisely, and I don't like deceiving him. Oh, Mr. Nigel Hood. Oh, yes. I'll call him. Mr. Hood.
There's no need for you to deceive the doctor.
You're quite right. I will keep my word. But I'll go to the museum.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, yes.
Anything you want to know?
I was interested in the bandaging, young man.
Bandaging?
Look at the way that's put on. It's all wrong. It's bound to slip in time.
Well, it's been there 2,000 years.
And it wouldn't satisfy the matron where I was trained.
Nigel.
Uh-huh.
Who's that?
Oh, just a model.
I'm sure it's very like her.
You know, as a matter of fact, it is.
Doesn't Isabel mind you doing things like that?
Oh, she doesn't see eye to eye with my painting at all. She'd rather I designed posters and made a lot of money.
How are you going to paint me?
Ah, like Venus rising out of the sea.
No. Why did you say that?
Oh, I don't know. I just see you that way.
Well, I don't want to be painted like Venus. I don't want the sea in the picture at all.
Oh, all right. Very well, Miranda.
I love the way you say Miranda. Say it again.
Miranda. Miranda. Miranda.
I've got pins and needles in my...
What's that?
I've got pins and needles.
Oh, well then, we'll stop.
Isabel's very lucky.
She doesn't seem to think so. I'm inclined to agree with her.
Nigel.
Did you ring, madam?
Yes, I want Charles.
Wouldn't I do, madam?
Not for what I want.
Charles?
Good morning, miss.
Come in. Close the door. Are you busy today?
Well, miss...
I thought you might drive me to the zoo.
Where's Miss Truella? Out. Out? But how?
Well, where have you been?
Well, I just nipped round the corner to my little cubbyhole to feed my birds.
Well, the bird here's flown for the day.
Betty, where on earth is Charles? And the car? I must have it.
What are you thinking about?
Things I shouldn't be thinking, mainly.
About me?
Yes.
I'm afraid I'm getting very fond of you, Charles.
Well, I like you very much, too. think you're very pretty and cool and awfully cool. I think we better be getting back. It's
Getting back?
4 o'clock and it's...
But I'm only
they'll be
just
wanting-
getting to know you.
They'll be wanting the car and...
Mr. Manel, Mrs. Martin is here.
Don't want to see anyone.
Good afternoon.
Oh, my dear Mrs. Martin, this is wonderful. Do come in. I'm absolutely distracted, but distracted. You like the dresses I sent to Cornwall?
Not altogether.
Oh, well, it was such a rush, and your husband gave such peculiar instructions.
My husband? Oh, he did.
Oh, but yes, of course, he telephoned me from Cornwall. Did he enjoy his holiday?
Oh, yes. I should think never a dull moment. If I thought that you were in league with Paul, I'd...
Mrs. Martin, I forbid you to upset me. You must go away. Miss Brown, don't just stand there.
If that car...
All right, you start.
Darling, you've simply got to do something about Miranda. I can't have Betty upset and Charles kidnapped.
But I've had to walk and run about all day for taxis. Do you think I want it?
Well, then you've got to put a stop to it. Then there's another thing. I've been having a little talk to Manel.
Manel? Oh, how's he?
Why'd you buy the clothes for Miranda? What are you up to?
I'm not up to anything. But, well, Miranda didn't have any clothes.
I take it she was running around naked down there.
You know Miranda can't run.
Well, if you ask me, there's something very fishy about this case.
Claire, I wish you'd trust me about this.
I do. But I'm watching you as well, darling.
Shall I leave it here?
Yes. Nurse?
Yes, dear.
You've been married.
Oh, yes, love.
And when you were married, did you want to kill him?
Oh, yes, dear, that's only normal. You look a bit off colour. I think I'll give you a hand with these things.
I was going to marry Charles, but I don't know now.
Oh.
He's been acting funny lately.
Funny, love? How?
Well, whenever I go near him or hold his hand or anything, he says I'm hot.
Hot, dear?
Yes, says I'm not cold enough.
That's the first time I ever heard that as a complaint.
It used to be quite the reverse.
Well, I expect it comes of driving a motor car. I always think that makes men unnatural.
Any tea left?
Your ear's burning, young man.
My ears?
Evening, Charles.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, Charles.
Yes, sir?
Mrs. Martin home?
No, sir, she's gone to the cocktail party, sir.
Oh, well, Charles, you can have the evening off.
Well, I was driving you and Miss Truella to the party, sir.
I'll drive her.
Well, no, sir, that's quite all right, sir.
I said have the evening off. I'll drive her.
Won't Claire mind our not going to the party?
Oh, I called up. I said I couldn't go because I promised to take you to the theater.
And when you tell her that we didn't go to the theater?
I won't tell her.
Oh, Paul, look, a pool. Can we stop? Can we sit on the bank? I've missed you, Paul.
Have you, Miranda?
Isn't it lovely to be alone again? Unzip me, Paul.
Certainly not.
But I'll die if I don't get in the water.
Somebody might see.
But does that matter?
It's heaven. Come in and get me.
Yes, come in.
There you are. I was hoping not to wake you.
I gathered that.
It was all my fault, Claire.
We went for a spin.
Oh? Is it raining?
Raining? No.
I only wondered.
Yes. Well, I'll just take Miranda along to her room.
Good night, Claire. Darling. It's very flattering, Nigel.
It's far from doing you justice.
Remember Isabel?
You make me forget Isabel.
Nigel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going away soon.
Oh, Miranda.
But I've got a present for you. There.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miranda. What is it?
It's a lock of my hair.
Oh, a lock of your hair.
Yes, you wear it round your neck.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miranda. But, couldn't I just keep it in my pocket? My breast pocket.
No, it's a token.
Token of what?
Of a love that might have been.
Darling, are you still angry with me?
Of course not. I told you I've got a headache.
If Miranda wants to come out tonight, I'd like you to come too.
No, Paul, not tonight.
Oh, Claire, please.
No, I'm going to lie down. There's no reason why you shouldn't take Miranda out, is there?
No. If you say so.
The doctor's been asking what attracts you so much to the museum.
What did you say?
I passed it off.
You are a dear. I don't know what I'd do without you.
It's a case of what you do in spite of me. Still, I was young once. At hospital dances, I used to do the gallop with the house surgeon. And one year I danced a mazurka, a solo.
I can't very well do that.
It's a foreign sort of dance, the mazurka, but very graceful. Ta-da-dum, da-ti-da-dum, ta-da-da-da, ta-da-da-da, ya-da-dum, da-dum-da-da, ta-ta-da-da-da-da-da-dee-da-dum, dum-ta-da-dum, ya-da-da, ta-da-da-dum, ta-da-da-da. Oh, doctor, you made me jump.
Oh, was that it, nurse?
Well, really, I think... Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Paul.
Hmm?
Does Claire know about me yet?
No, of course not.
Well, it won't be long before she does.
Oh, we'll keep the secret.
I can't help thinking about Aunt Augusta and what they did to her. Paul?
Mm-hmm.
It's the opera again tonight. Will you take me there?
Oh, it means I'll have to change again.
Paul, please take me for a special reason, will you?
All right.
Whatever's this?
They're for you, because you're such a dear to me. I want you to have them now.
But, my dear...
I died for them myself.
Then they're real pearls. But I can't. Oh, Miss Miranda, I've never had a present like this in all my life. So happy.
Why, Isabel. What's up?
What's up? Are you surprised to see me?
Oh, no, no, of course not, no.
Well, aren't you going to ask me out?
Yes, of course. Isn't this a little bit late for you to be coming here?
I just thought I'd come out and see you. What on earth are you cooking?
Oh, my supper.
It smells terrible. What have you got there, Nigel?
Oh, it's nothing, just something I'm working on.
May I see?
Well, no, I'd rather you didn't.
Oh, Nigel, and you're always saying I don't take any interest in your work.
Yes, well, oh, all right then.
Miranda. So this is where she goes on her sightseeing tours.
Now, I know that you don't like her.
I don't dislike her, but I think she's rather peculiar.
If you don't see eye to eye with people, you always think they're peculiar. Why, you even think I'm eccentric. You've been telling me so for years. Get your hair cut, Nigel. Straighten your tie, Nigel. You can't wear sandals, Nigel.
If you go on like that, I shall think you're a little odd in the head.
There you are. I'm bats in the head now, am I? Well, I'm glad I am. If you don't like me as I am, you can do the other thing.
Are you trying to quarrel with me? Now, what have I done? What have I said?
It's the accumulation of what you've been doing and saying for the past 3 years.
Well, it's taken you long enough to find out about it.
Far too long. But I know now we're utterly unsuited to each other.
Oh, so that's it. Oh, it's this wretched Mona Lisa you've been painting.
Now, you leave her out of it.
Well, it is, isn't it? Oh, I wasn't born yesterday.
It's a pity you can't throw it at me. You never thought it was good enough.
Oh. You and Miranda.
Now look what you've done.
It's like I said. It's better to find out our mistakes now instead of later.
You don't know what you're saying. You're not even the same person anymore.
Well, I'm not deceiving you anyway.
Not now you're not, because I found out about you.
I know. And I'm sorry about it. But it's just that, well, this is something stronger than me.
Betty, whatever's the matter?
It's Charles, madam. Our engagement's off.
Oh, Betty.
All on account of Miss Truella.
What?
Things have been going on between them.
What sort of things?
I don't rightly know, but he's wearing her love token.
Love token?
Yes, lock of her hair made into a sort of pendant.
Do you mean to tell me that Charles is actually wearing a pendant?
Yes, madam.
Around his neck?
Where else could he wear it? He says she wants looking after. I reckon she does, too.
What do you mean?
Well, if you'll forgive my saying so, I think she's a bit funny in the head. For one thing, I think she sleeps the whole night through in a cold bath.
She what?
Yes, I always hear the water being run in at night and then let out again in the morning. And the other morning when I cleaned out the bath, I found a piece of seaweed in it.
How very peculiar.
And then there's another thing about her which isn't quite nice. She never wears any panties.
Never wears panties?
No. Plenty of other underclothes she has, but not a single pair of those. I think there's something fishy about Miss Truella.
M-E-R. Mermaid. A mythical creature, half woman, half fish.
All these lovely dresses. The lights. I wish I could stay here forever.
I'm afraid it's impossible, Miranda.
Yes. Could you get me a glass of water before it starts again?
I'll try.
Good evening. I want to see Miss Truella, please.
Nigel, is anything the matter?
Is Miranda here?
No, I'm afraid she's out.
Oh, I see. Claire, Isabel and I, we've packed up.
Because of Miranda.
You know?
It's an epidemic.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. I guessed you'd been seeing her, that's all. I think you're making a frightful mistake.
The fact that she's an invalid makes absolutely no difference to me.
Well, I admit she's very fascinating. Have you asked her to marry you?
No, I haven't been in a position to ask her yet, but I've hinted at it, though.
She hasn't said yes by any slip of the tongue.
No, but I think she might.
About Miranda's legs.
I've already told you it makes absolutely no difference.
No. You misunderstand me. Her legs, Nigel. What are they like?
Well, really, I haven't the slightest idea. I'm surprised at you, Claire, for asking such a question.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry to call so late, madam.
Come in, Charles.
Well, I used the front door because,
You didn't want to run into Betty.
Yes, madam. I want to see Miss Truella, please, madam.
Oh, I'm afraid she's out, Charles.
Well, would you mind if I waited in the hall? I want to see her rather urgently.
Nonsense, Charles. Come in and wait in the sitting room. Well, I gather that your call's a social one. Come on in.
Did I hear you say that you were wanting to see Miss Truella?
That's right, sir.
Oh. She expecting you?
Well, no, sir. It's in the nature of a surprise.
Oh, I see. I'm waiting to see her myself.
Is she expecting you, sir?
No.
Two surprises.
Would it be asking too much if you were to put off seeing Miss Truella until the morning?
I'm afraid it would, sir.
But you can't wait here to see her now.
Yes, sir. Under the circumstances, I can. I'm going to ask Miss Truella to be my wife.
What? Your wife?
Yes, sir. And unless I've mistaken the signs, I rather think her answer's going to be yes.
Oh, do you? Oh, extraordinary. Well, it may interest you to know that that's exactly what I'm going to ask Miss Truella myself.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid you don't stand a chance. Well, you see, sir, she likes the practical type of man. Like myself, if you'll forgive me for saying so.
Well, as a matter of fact, she hates the practical type of men and efficiency and all that rot. She told me.
Oh, no, sir. I'm afraid you've got it all wrong. She told me.
Oh, Charles, I'm sorry. I'm afraid you're in for a disappointment. You see, actions count for more than words.
That's all right, sir.
Charles, did she tell you it was a token of love
Which might have been, sir. As a matter of fact, she did.
Well, What will you two men be up to next? Sugar, Charles?
No, thank you, madam.
Nigel?
I shall be getting along, please, madam.
Yes, I won't wait.
But, well, she'll be back any moment.
Could I have an envelope, please?
Yes, of course. There's one in the study.
Would you mind returning this to Miss Truella, madam?
Delighted to, Charles.
Thank you, madam.
Charles?
Yes, madam?
There's another thing, if you'll excuse my asking, but Miss Truella's legs, what are they like?
Madam?
Oh, surely you know.
Certainly not, madam. I hope I always behave like a gentleman.
Well, you'll be surprised at some gentlemen, Charles.
Yes, madam. I think I'll go and have a word with Betty, madam.
Good luck.
Oh, thank you, madam.
It's all right, Charles, I'll go. Oh, come in, my dear.
Claire, Nigel and I have had the most awful round broken off our engagement.
Yes, I know.
You know?
Yes.
And you know it's because of Miranda.
Yes, my dear, I do. I know everything.
Oh, what a fool I've been. It was a good portrait, too, the best he's done. Oh, must have been crazy to destroy it. Now he'll just start all over again.
Oh, I don't think he will somehow.
I do love him. I love him terribly, isn't it silly of me?
Yes, it is.
It's all my fault. If it wasn't for this shop, we'd have been married years ago. Oh, Nigel, that was mean of you. I'm sorry about the portrait.
Oh, that's all right. I'm going to turn it into a sunset.
Are you sure she's reticent?
Quite. In future, I'd better stick to still life.
Here are my keys. Take them and do what you like to every hat in the place.
Isabel.
Oh, please take them. It still won't come off.
It doesn't have to, does it?
Look, do you mind going upstairs? I'm terribly sorry, but I'll explain it all to you tomorrow.
Oh, all right.
Hello.
Hello, Claire.
Hello, Claire. How's the head?
Oh, gone entirely. Have you had a good time?
It's been a wonderful evening.
What are you doing?
Oh, only the crossword.
But you hate them.
Oh, just killing time, you know. Unfortunately, I've got stuck.
What do you want to know?
A 7-letter word beginning with M. A creature of the species manatee. Manatee. All it says here is an aquatic mammal, a mythical creature half woman, half fish, a sea cow.
Sea cow?
Miranda.
She knows. She's been spying on me. You're not going to call me a sea cow and get away with it.
Then you really are a...
Yes. Miranda is a mermaid.
But if you think you're going to take a peek at my tail, you're very much mistaken.
Am I awake?
No, she thinks I'm a nightmare. I'm hot. I want a glass of water.
Very well.
You've hated me ever since I set tail in this house.
No,
Is there anything I can do, Doctor?
No, she's a little overtired, that's all.
Nurse Kay will be back any moment.
Yes, when she is, tell her to go to bed. You can all go to bed. I don't want her to be disturbed.
I wonder what's upset her.
Should have thought you would know.
Oh, Betty.
No, you can't drop me one moment, then pick me up the next.
Well, all I want's a little warmth and comfort.
Warmth? The trouble with you is you don't know what you do want.
Well, I failed. I'm just a fish out of water.
Oh, you haven't failed, Miranda. You've already had 2 visitors tonight, Nigel and Charles.
What did they want?
Well, I think they both wanted to marry you.
Both of them?
Isn't it absurd? Were they here together?
Yes.
I shall never be able to face them again.
They asked me to return these to you.
My tokens. How funny human beings are about presents.
Paul. Oh, Paul. My dear, it's a wonder you've any hair left.
They're only made from combings.
Well, aren't there any men under the sea who you could give them to?
Oh, yes, a few. But they have little eyes and flat noses, most unattractive. That's why we're practically extinct. Claire, you can see my tail if you want to.
Oh, sometime, perhaps?
It's quite pretty when it's wet, isn't it, Paul?
Oh, charming. Perfectly charming.
Have you ever met any of Miranda's sisters?
No, no.
Oh, they're at Mallorca until the spring. I'm going there, too. I want to be somewhere lovely in May. I'll lie in my bath now. Give me a few minutes, Claire, and then you can come through and see my tail. By then it'll be a little less dehydrated looking. Put me in my chair, Paul. Thank you. I can manage.
You're quite sure?
Yes. Kiss me, Paul. Now you'd better go back to Claire.
Yes.
Sorry she found out about me.
Doesn't matter. No, Claire, it wouldn't be fair to Miranda.
But, Paul...
No, I promised Miranda it would be a secret, and I'm not going to break my word.
Paul, her tail, is it very odd?
No, well, not really, just like... Oh, they've gone, have they?
Just a snack, dear.
But would you like me to come in with you?
Certainly not. Miranda? Miranda? Paul? She's gone.
What?
Gone. And her chair's gone, too.
There she is.
Miranda! Come back! Wait, Miranda!
Quickly, Paul.
She's gone.
Will she be all right?
Mm-hmm. I've seen her swim. She'll be all right once she makes the open sea. Maybe it's just as well.
Next year I'm going to come fishing with you.
I don't think I shall want to go fishing next year.
No more bachelor holidays?
Never again.
Poor Miranda.
She'll be happy, basking in the sunshine of Mallorca.
Oh, yes, Mallorca. I wonder why she said she wanted to be somewhere lovely in May.
I wonder.